Greetings, fellow noobs. Welcome to another NuubCast. We are here spawning on the Icy Cup map, Pawnree. And here we have Catonia. Catonia was nice enough to send in this replay. It's nice to make requests of people to play on certain maps, and cool people do it. So, Catonia, you are on the cool list, and you are playing with the cool kids now, brother. Perhaps you recall this map, Pawnree. It is an Icy Cup map, as I just said. We have the very thin ramp down into the natural, narrow, about 3 force field wide or so, entrance, and then you have this narrow ramp up to a third, which leads into this wide ramp into the center where there's a Zelnaga tower hidden with smoke and the gold expansion, and then the single gas expansion over here on the high ground, leading down to your opponent's gold and everything else that we just said, mirrored on the other side. So that's where we are, and we are working. Uh-oh. Looks like... Oh, I didn't even introduce Mr. VTT. Oh, no. Oh, no. This whole thing has been going on ×2. My deepest apologies. I wonder, how did he get lings out so fast? Oh, my goodness. That was really fast. But it was on ×2, so my apologies for that. That was a mistake on my part, and I did not realize that it was happening. But it looks like Catonia is ready for the ling rush that we didn't expect to be coming from Mr. VTT. But it looks like he's got a lot of lings, and he's going to be able to beat up on these zealots. Catonia blocks in the zealot, but there is enough zealots here. There's enough lings here to kill that zealot, and he has made it in. What's he going to do? He's going to chew... No, he's not going to chew on the pylon. He's going to try and go and kill some probes. Good thinking, good thinking. But now I'm going to come and chew on this guy because, hey, you have to. Now, if I'm Catonia in this position... Oh, Stalker's dead. And now, killing probes. There you go. Gotta A-move those probes. That's what I'd be doing. But now more Zerglings coming in for the attack by Mr. TT, Mr. V, Mr. VTT, Mr. But eventually going to kill off those lings, and more zealots being able to warp in here at the front, and you should open that guy up. That'd be smart. Maybe warp gate that dude. More Zerglings coming in from Mr. VTT. And it looks like Catonia is going to fight this off. And he does. Now, if you're like me, and I'm guessing if you're like Catonia, you're thinking, holy crap. Holy crap. I just got my butt kicked. I let the Zerglings get by. They killed a bunch of my probes. Oh man, I'm so hurting. I must be so far behind right now. I'm so far behind. But you got to remember, this guy, Mr. TT, he's got an expansion up. Yeah, so what? He's got 16 drones. Because, and you're actually ahead still. Because instead of making drones for the first 10 minutes, all he did was make Zerglings. First 8 minutes, I'm sorry. And all he did was come at you with Zerglings. So, in fact, Catonia probably thinking that he is behind right now, like way behind. But because he's fighting Zerg, and Zerg has to choose whether to make drones or Zerglings with his larva, having made all those Zerglings, he cannot make drones. So every Zergling, every pair of Zerglings he made that came to attack, he sacrificed drones. So, but he does have a couple of roaches out, but not remotely enough to take on this force of zealots. A few more Roaches coming in, and Catonia's saying, okay, I killed the expansion, I've done enough, let me get out of here and get back to my base where I have expanded. Very nice work, using the opportunity, using the advantage of taking out that expansion to expand yourself. Excellent, excellent, Catonia. And now, if we look at the income, we are pretty much exactly even. Even a little bit ahead on income is Catonia, because and slightly ahead on harvesters. If we look at the army, Catonia again a fair lead, and he's probably thinking right now, oh man, I hope I did enough damage to even things out, when in fact he actually got himself ahead. And this is very important when you're playing against Zerg. If you're Protoss or Terran even, it doesn't really matter. But if the Lings happen to get by, and this ramp is in fact here on Ponri, it's slightly wider than some of the other ramps, so you do need more than just one zealot to hold off this area. These roaches coming in thinking they're gonna press some junk, but they get turned away pretty quickly. And Mr. VTT, I wonder if he's going to try and retake his expansion. Doesn't really have the cash for it yet. He's just now getting appropriately droned. Let's see, let's check it out. And still, look at that. He's not making any drones. He's not making any harvesters. So Catonia getting way ahead at this point. Income significantly ahead. So yeah, if those Lings get by and you struggle and maybe you lose a few probes, and but you manage to hold it off, don't play, don't go crazy and make a crap ton of zealots and feel like you have to all in or do something drastic to get back into the game, because just remember, you're playing Zerg, so every Zergling, every roach is one less drone that they can make. And we do have the Banelings out for Mr. VTT, unless it's a cry face. If that's, maybe it's Mr. V cry face, Mr. VQQ. And the fact of the matter is, someone needs to give Mr. VTT a call and let him know that Banelings don't do so hot against Protoss. Hello, Banelings. Boop. But he does have speed, which is pretty cool. Watch him roll around. Lings coming out. He did drop the Patry again. And that Baneling did absolutely nothing. Gonna get to shoot a couple here. Gonna lose a Zealot, lose another Zealot. And that's it. That's it. It was like, what, 6? It was what, like 6 different, was there 6 Banelings that rolled up there, and he lost 1 Zealot and 1 Stalker? I think. Maybe 2 Zealots. Didn't even lose the Stalker. Yeah, not your best trade-off. Not the best trade-off. And he's just going to waltz right on in here and stomp on Mr. VTT's head. Yeah, this is going to have to be it. Yep, right. He is getting out a couple more roaches, but again, they're not going to be able to do all that much, and Mr. VTT is going to have to go home. So yeah, just wanted to remind you guys, and Catonia wanted to remind you guys, that if you happened to get that Ling run by, and you're feeling like you are you're way behind, just play normal, macro really hard, and you're probably a lot closer than you think. You're probably even, and depending on how many Lings they send at you and how well you defend it off, you might even be ahead. And then you can just roll in and stomp the bases. Mr. VTT, stop Ling rushing. That's all I got for you. Everybody else, keep climbing that ladder. Thanks, Catonia, for sending in the Pawn replay. Peace, peeps. Peace, peace, peeps. Hey, don't forget, we're on Facebook and Twitter. Not that anything exciting has happened in either of those places yet, but just a reminder, we're there. Come on, hang out. We'll have a party. Actually, oh. See you later.